Welcome in then to the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you as always for your questions. Stuart Robson, Shaka Hislop, Frank LeBeuf and Stevie Nicol with us. Stevie, as a player, would you be bothered if the team owner lifted the trophy before the players?
No.
No?
No. Not at all. Don't care. Don't care. Either way is good.
Yeah? Not bothered?
No, winning
No
it.
issue?
As long as you win it,
Yeah?
couldn't care less who
Yeah?
lifts it.
Yeah? Frank, what do you think? Obviously, Super Bowl last night. It's the owner who lifts the trophy first.
I think it's nice. The guy is the first man at the club, so he deserves to be the first man to lift the cup. So I wouldn't have any problem whatsoever with that. No, I think it's just fair.
Stevie, Liverpool play a high line, so why do pundits get so frustrated when they give away offside chances when that's part of the intention of a high line to catch them offside?
Well, listen, they play a high line because they're very well organised. Otherwise you aren't able to do it. The thing that I dislike now, the way that the linesman doesn't put his flag up when he thinks it's offside, is very detrimental to a team that plays a high line, because it makes you jittery.
Right.
Through no fault of your own, you become nervous about holding that line because you just don't know what's.
But do the players become nervous? Are we talking about players or the fans?
No, the players. The only thing you know now as a player is when you're holding a high line, you know the flag's not going up. No, that is just not, in my opinion, that is just wrong. And of course, then there's so many things that follow on. You and I were arguing about the chances Liverpool gave up to Burnley. Well, the thing is, we couldn't. I think at least one of those two good chances was offside.
Right.
I thought it was clear offside.
Yeah.
But we don't know because they end up playing on. Alisson has to make the save. That's not good for a back line who plays a high line.
Robbo?
Well, I'd have to disagree with Stevie a little bit there, because if they are offside, the VAR is going to say it's offside. So they don't have to worry. If they've got their line right and somebody's made a run too early and the linesman lets it go and he scores, he's offside. So it's going to come back to a free kick. So I think it actually works in the favour of the defenders.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think they'll go, I don't worry about it, lads. Offside. You're all right. Don't worry. I don't think so.
Have confidence in themselves.
No,
But in the end, if once the goal goes in, the VAR looks at it and says, "Oh, it's offside." Is he offside? Onside? Offside?
But surely,
no goal.
but surely every time, and then once the ball hits the back, and now you're like this, it's planting a seed. It's planting a seed. Every time the linesman's flag doesn't go up, it's planting another little seed of doubt. Just get your flag up.
Oh, there we go. Shaka, it's been a while, but here we go. If Higuain scores that sitter in the 2014 World Cup final, Messi has a World Cup, a Copa America, and 3 Player of the Tournament awards with no change in his play. But you judge him for not having a World Cup. Don't you think it's asinine to judge a player for the failures of their teammates and not for their own play?
Well said. Well said.
Here's how I'll reply. Here's how I'll answer that. Yes, it is asinine. Move on.
Ooh, tough man.
Asinine.
That's a statement.
What does that mean again?
After hearing Craig's anti-club World Cup diatribe on Saturday, is there a trophy you won in your career that you didn't celebrate? Steve, I suppose you've won more than most.
No, of course you celebrate.
Yeah?
Absolutely celebrate. Why not?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I think what happens is later on in life, when you start thinking about stuff that you might have been lucky enough to win, it starts falling into categories.
What if you were 20 points off City at the top of the table?
Yeah.
Well, why would you be happy with that?
Well, you still won a trophy.
Well, no. Again, that depends on what team you play for. So
Right.
if you play with a Liverpool or a United or a team that's supposed to be challenging or winning a title, and you finish 20 points behind, even though you win a trophy,
Yeah.
it's not going to be quite the same.
Doesn't taste the same.
No.
You were saying what, FA Cup final when you beat Sunderland? That wasn't quite...
Yeah, it wasn't quite what the other ones were.
Right.
Just because we didn't have that yes, we won the tournament, but we didn't have that. The camaraderie we had as a unit wasn't quite there.
Okay, and that makes a difference
And that
overall.
makes it makes a difference. Yeah,
Yeah.
a difference. Huh?
Frank, what about you?
No, I always express my happiness when I won the trophy. And if I can compare what they won, what Chelsea won, with one thing that I won the European Super Cup against Real Madrid. It's in the summer, after 2 or 3 days of the Premier League. So we all know that it's not, let's say, a real trophy. That is just a celebration between two teams who won their own European Cup at the time. And it doesn't really mean something, especially because you have new players who didn't even win the Champions League or the Cup Winners' Cup at the time. So we won against Real Madrid. It didn't mean that we were better than Real Madrid. It's only one game, and I think you should just respect that. It's where I disagree with Craig, with the fact that the players can be happy with what they win, even if they know it's not the biggest thing in the world and they're not the best team in the world. You know, it's just a name. But if the fans are happy, if the club is happy, and if the players are happy, you just have to respect that in a way and say, well, it's nice to have another line in your resume, and you did the job. It's what you are named professional players. You have to do the job.
Xhaka, who do you think celebrated more winning Hammer of the Year, you or Robbo?
Oh, definitely Robbo.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah, Robbo, that
It
fair?
was just,
Yeah.
I accepted it. I accepted it for what it was, but Robbo,
Well, there was no doubt. I knew I was going to win it, so I didn't have to celebrate that much, Xhaka.
That team was so rubbish. That's the problem.
Yeah, well, I was going to say on that question.
It was dysfunctional.
On that question,
Yes.
when I was at Arsenal, we would celebrate any sort of trophy. When I was at West Ham, we'd celebrate as if we'd won the title, just winning a game. At Coventry, we used to celebrate anything, just a goal. That would have done. We were that bad.
Robert, how often do you see players picking up their game if they're in a contract year? Have any of you done that?
Well, all I would say is, and this, it's when I was on a pay-as-you-play, when I'd been out for 2 years and I made a comeback at Coventry, the first year I was on a pay-as-you-play, half salary, half per game, and I played in all but 4 games, and I was suspended for those 4 games. I then got a big contract, and funny, I only played about 20 games the next year. I don't know why that was.
Oh, Robbo, goodness me.
No, I had another bad injury, so let me tell you that. Then I retired.
Another injury, banging on about them.
Yeah,
Steve?
I had a couple of players at the Revs that did that.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I'd almost forgotten they were actually part of the team until 6 months before the contract was up, and all of a sudden you go to training and they're like, "All right, well, I feel great." What's going on here?
Oh,
I think we're all stupid.
Xhaka, would you up your game in a contract year?
I got worse. I could quite easily say I got worse. So I'm coming to the end of my contract at Newcastle, 98. I got left out of the squad. I didn't play for the last 4 months. Coming to the end of my last year of my contract at West Ham, 2002. That easily was my worst year as a professional. So yeah, I went the exact. See, I called their bluff. I got worse.
Yeah. Do your worst.
Too busy driving around in that Maserati. That's what it was.
And his boat. And the boat.
That's the hammer of the year. This is the hammer of the year.
Xhaka, what's worse, losing a big game or your vacation getting cancelled?
Listen, I'm about to cancel my vacation twice this year already.
I know, Shaq. Yeah.
That was hard.
So what's worse?
I've lost many a big game, but this is among the first times I've had to cancel vacation. The only other time I can remember cancel vacation was when I can't remember canceling vacation before.
Wow. Xhaka, look at the pain in your face. Goodness me. Wow. Frank.
It really hurt, Dan. It really hurt.
Clearly. Frank, As you are a former Chelsea player, can you compare the post and pre-Abramovich era in terms of facilities and shed some light on Chelsea's success under Roman Abramovich?
Well, you know, when I first came to Chelsea, I was a record signing, and I tell you, nobody knew who I was. I arrived at the airport, and the guy was supposed to pick me up, didn't know who I was, so I had to come to him because I saw his badge, and I said, "Are you belonging to Chelsea Football Club?" He said, "Yes." I said, "I'm Frank Leboeuf." "Oh, okay, nice to meet you." And we went to the training ground, and it was an amateur training ground. It was close to Heathrow. We had to stop playing when the Concorde was taking off because we couldn't hear each other. When I went to the new training ground, I forgot the name, I'm sorry, Chelsea. It's a different club. It's really a different club. It's crazy because with all the players, the fantastic stars that we had alongside us, with Zola, Vialli, Gullit, and some others, you know, I think those players deserve a better facilities, but they never complain. It was a different era. We were just happy to play football in an English club and try to get some trophies. We didn't care about I don't know, now they have an hotel in the dressing room, in the facilities. The facilities are absolutely fantastic, but we didn't care about that. We just wanted to have a full crowd on Saturday, and it was more than enough for us.
Did you go on Concorde, Frank?
Yes, twice. Yeah, I have to say that I had that chance where I had a free flight with the French national team when we played a friendly in Senegal. So we had to go. It was more politic than anything. And then I went to New York with the Concorde, and I came back in a first class because I wanted to spend more time in New York. But yes, I had the chance to fly with the Concorde. Yeah.
You would. You, Stevie?
Yeah, I've been in Concorde.
Have you?
Yeah.
Have you? You paid to go on Concorde?
Yeah, but it didn't. It was a flight. It was going from Glasgow down to London.
Right. That's not really count, isn't it?
Well, I was on it, wasn't I?
He didn't take off. He didn't take off. He only took the motorway.
It's on the back of the truck.
He asked if I'd been on it. I said, yeah.
How was it?
That was pretty quick. Didn't last long.
But it was quick. Yeah, exactly. Glasgow to London.
I don't think he got out of fourth gear.
What about you, Rob? I bet you have back in the day, Robbo.
I'm afraid not. No, I can't brag about that. I certainly haven't been on Concorde.
No Glasgow to London trip. Okay.
But you know one thing, Dan. You know
Tell
one
me.
thing is when you are over the earth, over the land. Sorry.
Yes.
For example, for Glasgow against London, you cannot be at the full speed because of the how do you call that? The bang that he makes. You know, when
Yes.
he goes over 1,000 kilometers, he has to go over the seas.
know that.
It's why I guess he didn't go that fast with Stevie.
Thank you very much for that lesson, Frank. We appreciate it.
I wonder, I've been asking myself that for years. Why did it not go fast?
Okay, Frank, start, bench and drop. Hernan Crespo, David Villa, Robin van Persie.
Oh my God! You know that's gonna be easy. For another reason, I lent my house to Hernan Crespo.
Oh.
But his wife was such a pain that I kicked them out. You know, 2 months after. So I will put on the bench Crespo for sure.
Wow.
And
Crespo's gone. Crespo and the Crespo family out.
See ya.
Yeah, get out, yeah. But no, I think for of the three, I would put Crespo on my starting lineup. David Villa, Robert Van Persie on the bench, and I would drop David Villa.
Wow. Blimey heck, Frank. Where was
But I have to make a choice. Come on, I have to make a choice. You know, of course. Yeah.
Where was the
gonna
house? What were they
disappoint you.
moaning about, Frank? Your decorations, your furniture, your cheap landlord ways?
Oh, yes, I had, for example, beautiful mahogany doors, wooden doors, and the girl wanted me to put them out because she didn't like them. I said, well, you take the house like that or you get out. And she kept on complaining about everything. It was a fantastic house with an indoor swimming pool. I said, you know what? Bye-bye.
Wow. Where was that, in London?
Yeah, that was in Richmond Park, yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Oh.
Final
I
question.
rented my house out.
Sorry.
I rented my house out in Liverpool.
Did you, Stevie?
Yeah.
What's the punchline here?
No, I got a phone call from friends of my wife saying, I've just driven past your house and there's water running down the drive onto the road.
Oh.
So the idiots had left in the middle of winter
Okay.
and turned the heating off.
Ah, so the pipes had frozen, yeah?
The pipes had, well, it was actually the tank, which it was an older house. The tank was in the loft,
Right.
and the tank had frozen and burst.
Oh.
So all the way through the house, running out the front door, down the thing, onto the road.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds cheap to fix.
Well, don't worry, I sued them.
Oh, all right. Oh, big
Got the money
time.
back.
Hey, big time, Steve.
Got the money back, don't worry about that.
Final question, Robbo. If Arsenal finish 4th or better, is there any way they have a chance to catch the eye of Erling Haaland? All the key players are on the same timeline. They potentially have years together to gather trophies.
No,
My God.
not a hope in hell's chance. Haaland wouldn't go to Arsenal at the moment. Yes, they're doing okay. They might get into the top 4, but he wants to go and win things. He's not going to win the Premier League or the European Cup or the Champions League with Arsenal. That's as simple as that.
Poor old Arsenal. Robbo just can't let it go. Like people who froze the thing. Right, that's it.
Actually, it wasn't them that I sued.
Oh, who did you sue, Stephen?
I sued the letting company,
Right.
who, when I phoned them to tell them, said, do you know how many houses we rent? We can't keep our eye on all of them all the time.
Wow.
Are you serious?
How long ago was this?
I was at Sheffield Wednesday. It'd be like 92, 96.
96?
Aye.
So what, 25 years?
Yeah.
25 years ago.
Aye.
You got over it well,
I
Steve.
got over it. Aye.
Yep, that is it. We are done. Thank you very much. Champions League is back tomorrow. PSG taking on Real Madrid, Manchester City in action as well. We'll be, of course, be discussing both those games at length. Be sure to join us. Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and of course, ESPN FC 7 days a week, subscribe to ESPN Plus.